Hey guys, I'm Rich, and welcome to Rich with Cars. If you're new to the channel, make sure to tune in for all kinds of different reviews, primarily talking about luxury vehicles. This car behind me is not a typical type of vehicle that I go on or go through in my reviews, but it's a good friend of mine that ended up doing a full restoration of this gorgeous, I think it's a 1971 Camaro. Correct me if I'm wrong, but the owner is gonna let me know for sure. And at the end of the day, I did this car before in the past, and I wanted to show you guys what the final result ended up being on this beautiful build. And I'm gonna interview the owner once again to talk about what exactly has been done to the vehicle to get it to this final state. So, as always guys, let's strap in and take a look. As I was telling you, I'm going to be going over some of the stuff that the owner of this amazing Camaro did to finish it off. And as you guys can see, it's got a beautiful candy red color. And we'll just jump right into it in terms of what's been done and what this car is all about. So once again, George, thank you very much for allowing me to take a look at this beautiful build. As you probably know, George, I'm not a huge, I guess you could say, specialist when it comes to classic cars or even restos. Maybe you can fill me in a little bit from the last interview that we did, which I think was over a year ago. What did you end up doing with the car?
Yeah, thanks, Richard. Appreciate being back on the channel. So my 1971 Camaro, obviously it's a Pro Touring build. There's a lot going on with this car. I'll try to tell you a little bit about it. And I'm sure I'll forget some things, but, starting from the front, it's got a Anvil Auto carbon fiber one-piece front nose that's been painted candy to match the rest of the car, so you can actually see the carbon fiber weave through the translucent paint, which is really cool. I've got the Pro Touring front spoiler, the Digitails LED RS lights, as well as LED headlights, brand new radiator support, brand new fenders, brand new hood. Under the hood is a Crate ATK LSX engine that makes about 450, 460 horsepower. That's on their dyno. I was told it could be tweaked and tuned to make a little bit more than that. I assume it's probably making at least that now. And considering how light the car is, it really has a great power to weight ratio. Everything that bolts onto the engine is new. CVF racing, serpentine setup in polished aluminum. Got the valve covers that hide the coil packs with more modern Camaro script that I had, painted to match the rest of the car, as well as the GM intake. I had that painted to match the car as well. Deca fuel injectors, and a Holley Terminator X Max ECU controls everything. Also has a transmission controller for my 4L70E GM Performance crate transmission that has a low car Tiptronic or sport mode shifter on there, so you can shift through the gears manually. Now that's connected to the custom-made drive shaft that can handle over 700 horsepower, and that's mated to a 9-inch quick performance narrowed rear end that has 31 spline axles and a 3.25 gear ratio. So with this transmission making the power it makes at about 75 miles per hour, you're somewhere between 1900 and 2000 RPM. So it's truly a Pro Touring car. You can get in this thing and drive it across the country, and take it to a car show, win a trophy, and drive it back. Rolling to the front subframe, I had it all welded up and reinforced with some gussets that have laser cut bow ties in them for a little custom touch. The chassis was then finished in a gloss black and had the suspension bolted to it, which is all Global West control arms with a Hotchkiss sway bar, as well as QA1 coilovers with springs that match the weight of the car. Borgeson quick ratio steering box, collapsible steering shaft, GM, factory tilt column that I had completely rebuilt. Even the inner fenders are custom. They're custom made out of fiberglass and widened. So you could always go with a lot wider tire up front. And really just tried to make under the hood look aesthetically as pleasing as possible. I got the Ring Brothers aluminum hinges, and vintage air conditioning kit specific for this car. Also a Optima red top battery, all brand new battery tray, all the hardware is brand new. Stuck with the original rally grill. I think that just fit this carbon fiber front nose so well, and really just finishes the car off. I went ahead and bought brand new trim for the windows and front and rear, and had that painted to match the satin black that you'll see in the interior. And I did that so that those pieces would disappear, and you don't really notice them. But I guess moving to the inside of the car, there is a Detroit Speed roll bar with a removable center section, so you can actually get into the back seat. I also went with the Detroit Speed weld-in frame connectors, and the rear mini tub kit with drop springs. Went ahead and replaced the shocks that came with that kit with QA1s to match the front, and the car handles like a dream, man. It handles just like it looks. Now, as far as the gas tank, that was a tank that I had to actually customize to fit in with the mini tub kit. And my guy did a great job on that. Also have a carbon fiber rear spoiler that has also been painted like the front nose. So you can actually see the carbon fiber weave through the candy. And speaking of candy, it's House of Kolor's Candy Brandy Wine over a black base. And just an amazing color. And, House of Kolor's is known for their candies. And when you look at this car, you'll know why. The front bumpers are brand new, rear bumpers new, all the lights are new. I went ahead and painted the door handles body color, and then went with the factory mirrors as well. I think they fit the car well. Moving to the interior itself, I have the 1970 1-year only bucket seats, brand new MPD dash. I have a Nardi steering wheel that even has the little center marker dyed in a burgundy color, so it matches the interior accents and the paint, which is really trick. Got some custom door panels from Modern Classic Interiors, and they look great. They're actually wrapped in a leather grain vinyl, and then the center area is painted to match the exterior. I also have a custom fiberglass center console. That's where the USB for the Bluetooth radio is. You can also charge your phone, and then it's got the power window switches. I went with a New Relics power window kit. I shopped around and was told they're the best, and they really do work well. They roll the windows up and down fast. So that's really the bulk of the interior. Now, I went ahead and got the Anvil Auto A-pillar covers in carbon fiber as well. And the black loop carpet. I had to cut down the back seat to fit between the mini tubs, but it's a factory rear seat with factory style upholstery. That's all been redone. Had the black bow headliner installed. And so the interior is just really, really clean. I also have the kick panels with a, speaker, a coaxial speaker in each kick panel, running off the head unit, which is a oh gosh, I think it's retro sound. I know the model number is USA 740, so it's got built-in amp and preamp outs. So you know, if I ever wanted to put a big stereo in down the road, it's all set up for that. And that really finishes out the interior. You know, I tried to keep it as simple as possible there. I did go ahead and put some Corbeau harnesses in there, you know, for safety reasons. And if you ever want to, you know, rip it around a track, you'll have some good seat belts in there. But other than that, I'd say, you know, the car has been a pleasure getting it built and designing every aspect, from the cooling to the steering to the drivetrain to the interior. I mean, it took me months to pick the paint color, but it really came together really nicely, and it's actually for sale. So I've got it on Marketplace right now for $99,000, and you know, I just that's what I do. I build them and then I sell them, and this one is probably the baddest car I've ever built. You know, I've had well over 100 cars, and I've never had one done to this level. So, yeah, I can include the link for the ad, and you could check it out. I have pictures of the build, and then I also have a detailed description of every piece and every part of the car, you know, broken down into, you know, the paint and the chassis, the drivetrain, etc. So I'll be sure to include all that, and that's it, man. Thanks for listening, and thanks, Richard, for having me on.
Well, guys, I hope you enjoyed this quick episode on my friend's 1971 Chevy Camaro restomod. I know I didn't really speak much on this video, guys, but I wanted to let my friend really discuss the build and all the components that he had put on the vehicle, because I don't know, like I told you guys before, much about classics. So this is something more that is out of my norm. Let me know, guys, if you enjoyed this type of video. I'll try to do more classics if it's something that interests you guys a little bit more. But as always, thank you very much for watching. Thanks a lot for all the likes and the views. Make sure to stay tuned for more car content on the upcoming shows. And if you guys want to check out some of my older content, feel free to do so. Don't forget to subscribe and like, and I'll see you guys on the next one. Thanks. Take care.